What's the craziest thing you've ever done in the name of fun? Rode a mechanical bull? Pulled an all-nighter at the state fair? Well, let me tell you, nothing, and I mean nothing, compares to getting knee-deep, face-first, and heart-pounding dirty in a Texas mud run. You think you know what mud is? Think again. Out here, it's a whole new animal. And trust me, after you've survived a Texas mud run, you ain't ever the same again. Howdy, y'all. Welcome back to the Lone Star Plate, where everything's bigger, muddier, and in today's case, a whole lot messier. If you're new around these parts, well, saddle up, partner, because today's video is about to drag you through the wildest ride this side of the Brazos. I'm sharing exactly how I survived my very first Texas mud run, the bruises, the blisters, the glory, and maybe even a little humiliation too. Now, you may have heard about these mud runs before. They're not just a race. They're an obstacle course straight out of a rancher's fever dream. Picture this. Hundreds of people from all walks of life, some in wacky costumes, all ready to get covered head to toe in the kind of sticky, clay-thick Texas mud you normally wouldn't track through your mama's kitchen if your life depended on it. Let me rewind to that fateful Saturday morning. The sun barely peeks over the horizon. There's a band warming up, barbecue smoke swirling through the air, and the distant sound of cattle lowing from a nearby pasture. Just to remind you that, yes, this is Texas, and yes, there are actual cows judging you probably. My teammates and I, looking bright-eyed, hopeful, and way too clean, line up at the starting corral, right between a guy dressed as a taco and a group of nurses in matching pink tutus. I'm not kidding. Texas humor, y'all. A loud shot rings out, and we're off. The first 100 yards are deceptively easy. Crunchy grass, lots of folks laughing, snapping pictures. And then, like stepping onto a banana peel, the ground morphs into a sloppy, boot-sucking swamp. That Texas clay they warn you about? It grips, holds, and threatens to eat your best running shoes whole. I swear I saw an Aggie hat in that first sinkhole, and it never surfaced again. But the mud is just the beginning. Up ahead, the obstacles. Texas mud runs don't do anything halfway, and these folks brought their A game in the torture department. There's the cattle guard crawl, barbed wire strung low, so you gotta army crawl, elbows and knees, face scraping literal mud, praying you don't get a mouthful. Spoiler, you will. Nothing like that mineral-rich flavor to remind you you're alive. Before I could shake the grit out of my teeth, there comes the hay bale mountain. Hundreds of hay bales stacked like mini Austin's own Everest, soaking wet, slick as Dallas asphalt in a rainstorm. You've got to climb, slide, and cling for dear life, laughing and cussing all the same. I reached for a helping hand, only to get an enthusiastic slap on the back from a stranger. "You got this, bud." That's Texas spirit right there. You think you're almost done? Guess again. Next up, the reservoir dunk, a plunge into a man-made pond that honestly had me wondering if I'd stumble onto a snapping turtle. The water's so cold, it'll freeze your soul, but it washes off the mud. Sorta. I popped up gasping, looking like a drowned armadillo, but dang if I wasn't grinning ear to ear. You want to talk Texas tough? Wait until you've crab-walked under swinging tires, scaled a wall slicker than a mesquite barbecue rib, and crawled through a plastic tunnel that smells uniquely of regret and farm animals. Every step, someone's cheering you on, sharing their own disaster stories, handing out high fives between cusses. That's the magic. These runs are about grit, and grit's something we've got in spades round here. Let me tell you, by mile 3, the novelty of mud wears off, and it becomes pure willpower. That Texas sun starts beating down, your legs feel heavier than steel wagon wheels, but somehow there's energy in the jokes and the shared misery. Like the stranger with the fake mustache who literally pulled me out of a mud hole with the words, "Ain't nobody got time to die in the dirt, friend." Heading into the home stretch, every muscle screaming, you hear it. The finish line. People are ringing cowbells, kids are holding signs, and that final patch of mud, it's not an obstacle anymore. It's a badge of honor. Crossing that line, soaked, filthy, grinning like I just won the world's best brisket trophy, I realized something. A Texas mud run is less a race, more a rite of passage. Afterward, there's a sense of camaraderie you can't fake. You swap stories about surviving the mud, compare bruises, and of course, chow down on post-race barbecue. There's laughter, plenty of shared photos, and the unspoken understanding that everyone who crossed that finish line gets a little slice of Texas pride. You're now in the club, the I Survived a Texas Mud Run and Lived to Tell the Tale Club. Now, I want to know, have y'all ever tackled a mud run? Got any wild Texas stories, or did you ever lose a boot in a cow pasture? Let's fill the comments below with your best, worst, and funniest tales. Don't spare the details. And if you loved hearing about my muddy misadventure, give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell, so you never miss another slice of Lone Star life. Remember, here on the Lone Star Plate, we share every flavor, every story, every big, bold adventure that makes Texas, well, Texas. Whether you're a mud run pro or just enjoy the spectacle from a safe, clean couch, there's always a plate set for you here. Thanks for riding shotgun with me through today's muddy adventure. Next time you see a mud puddle, you just might want to think twice. Or jump in with both feet, Texas style. Until then, keep your boots clean, unless you're planning to get them dirty. Y'all come back now, you hear?